What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man George.
Yeah, what's up, guys? How you living out there, man? Shout out to the free thinkers, man, you know, and shout out to everybody on Deaf to Radio that requested that we get to Lupe Fiasco. This album, Drill Music in Zion, has been getting really high praise from a lot of you guys, man. It dropped on June 24th. Lupe is one of the greatest writers that rap has ever seen. He's incredible in terms of just his penmanship. So it's always, it's an exercise of the mind listening to this.
Yes, it is,
man. You know, so I've heard personally Miss Mural. I've heard, not the whole thing. I've heard like half of Miss Mural. I've heard Drill Music in Zion, the song, and there was one other song that I've heard just kind of in passing. So just so you guys know, we can still do Miss Mural because that was definitely the biggest request. I repeat, that was the biggest request. We know, but because I personally heard some of it, I was just like, it's not really a pure reaction. So, I mean, we still can do it. It'd be more of a reaction/review. Let us know. We chose Ghoti because this was definitely one of the biggest requests after Miss Mural. So let's get to it, man. Lupe Fiasco. I think it's Ghoti or is it Ghoti? I might have to Google the shit already. You gotta Google the damn title.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Assassin's Creed, rapping it back in D like a mansion that's lacking fees. Tapping the blackest keys, capture catastrophes like a camera feed. Ball like a can of peas, fall like Michael Jackson on anesthesia. Mistaken maintenance for manatees. Neuro niggas down pirating all your fantasies. Mistaken this sanitation for sanity. My mistake, I'm mistaken staying for can I leave?
Okay.
Yeah.
There's always a moment when you listen to a Lupe Fiasco verse. There's always, initially, right after the verse, I'm like, what the fuck is Lupe talking about? That initial, like, wait, and then I get into listening again, I'll listen to it again, or I'll kind of get into the lyrics again, and I'm like, oh, okay. Assassin's Creed, rapping it back in D, like a mansion that's lacking fees. Capture catastrophes like a camera feed, ball like a can of peas, fall like Michael Jackson on anesthesia. Okay. Assassin's Creed, we know is a video game, rapping it back in D. Assassins, right? Assassins, I'm assuming, he's talking about the video game Assassin's Creed, but maybe Assassins rapping it back in D. Assassins on a track. It could be some lyrical shit, like, lyrical assassins, or it could be dudes talking about killing people on a track.
Maybe killing each other, maybe killing it from a lyrical standpoint. But then he said, like a mansion that's lacking fees, tapping the blackest keys. Right there is when I'm like, okay, maybe he's not saying that. Maybe he's talking, you know what I'm saying? That's where, That's where I'm like, okay, well, a mansion that's lacking fees means that you own it, right?
Yeah.
But going back to that, wrapping it back indeed is when you have a deed to something, right? Deed to a house, you own it, right? So that's where the cryptic shit starts for me, right there. But then he says tapping the blackest keys. So then I'm also like, okay, so how does that correlate with a mansion lacking fees?
So after that, he says capture catastrophes like a camera feed. So if we're going off of the notion maybe that he could be talking about rappers rapping like assassins on a track, literally rapping about assassinating and killing people on a track. Then he says tapping the blackest keys, and he says capturing catastrophes. These stories, these raps are being captured on vinyl, let's just say. They're being captured in studios. These catastrophes. It's catastrophic. What they're rapping about is causing catastrophic damage. And then he goes on to say, ball like a can of peas, fall like Michael Jackson on anesthesia. Ball, when you're balling, you're making money, right? Ball as in like a can of peas. A can of peas, they're tiny balls in a can of peas, right? So maybe he's saying ball till you fall. Maybe he's saying ball, you start off hot, you ball and you're making a lot of money, but then that fall is treacherous, right? Drastic. And it's like a tragedy, right? Because he said Michael Jackson on anesthesia. Michael Jackson, he fell, he died. Because he was given too much anesthesia. I'm not sure exactly, I don't remember exactly the circumstances surrounding his death, but I think it was drugs / anesthesia or whatever caused Michael Jackson to die. So I just think he's saying, when he's saying that, these rappers, they rap about destruction and all these catastrophes are captured on wax, and they may get a lot of money from it, but it's resulting in a lot of killing. It's resulting in a huge fall for these rappers individually, and it's a fall for the communities they come from. But it's a rise and fall type of thing with the bullshit and the destruction that they're talking about their lyrics. Is where I'm getting is what I'm trying to piece together.
So then he said, mistaken maidens for manatees. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Manatees is a animal, right? That's a sea creature of some sort.
It's a fucking kraken. Moby Dick and this motherfucker. They're basically like seals, like sea lions, basically. Is what
Okay, yeah.
Picture a sea lion, and that's basically what a manatee looks like.
Is he essentially saying that, you know, in the industry, men are looking at women, instead of idolizing them, we're treating them like animals?
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, I don't know.
Mistaking maidens for manatees, like I guess, I don't know if you no disrespect to manatees, but
yeah, I don't want my woman looking like one.
I don't want my woman to look like a goddamn manatee. So I think it's a negative. I think we're looking at women as if they're not attractive. Maidens, as in women,
right?
As if maybe they're not attractive. We're mistaking them.
Right.
I don't know if he's speaking on a state of you know, what the standard of beauty through social media and what's happening with that, and you know, the fact that there's surgery has become prevalent and filters and things like that. So when you see a real woman, you don't think that they're very desirable or
that's could be.
They look good. I'm not sure where he's going with that, but that's interesting. Neuralink is now pirating all your fantasies, mistaking the sanitation for sanity. My mistake is I'm mistaken staying for cannot leave. This motherfucker here. God damn.
Neuralink shit? Isn't that the Elon Musk shit? The chip in the brain shit? Sign me up for that. Everybody? Anybody? No? Nobody wants that?
I'm not gonna be the first. Don't make me number one.
It could be looked at as this is a way that could be our destruction. This could be the start of our fucking Resident Evil.
It's like Skylink, right? Isn't Skylink Terminator?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Neuralink, Skylink, right? The end of
Yep. So that could be the end of the world.
Advances in technology you actually end with or the cause of the end of the world. So maybe that's where Lupe is going, because he said Neuralink is pirating.
Yeah.
So that's how you know it's probably not a good thing that they're pirating. They're stealing all of your fantasies, mistaking sanitation. When you think of sanitation, you think of cleanliness.
Yeah.
It's cleaning, right? Oh, it's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
Sanitation meaning it's clean, it's effective, and it's cleaning things up, right?
Yeah.
You're mistaking that for sanity. But really, that's kind of insane that they're pirating your thoughts and how that the implications behind that. He may not even be saying it's a bad thing. He may be saying it's a scary thing, though.
Yeah, exactly.
The implications, like, what if somebody can hack into that shit and hack in your brain and make you do the wave or the worm or some shit?
The wave of the worm, yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Let's keep it going. Only Lupe with a minute and 51 second song can make you stretch out a goddamn
he don't disappoint, boy.
video like we're doing now.
Mistaking this sanitation for sanity. My mistake, I'm mistaken staying for cannot leave. Yeah. Assassin's Creed, lasso to the hammer squeeze. Throwing Wonder Woman battle at the apple trees. Or like Adam Eve, happened at an Applebee's. Y'all can go half on a sample platter, you can have with cheese. Battered covered data with the addities. Giant leaps, beware where that land of ladder leads. Cause you can walk up there, don't take off your glasses and try to talk up there. Yeah. This ain't no screams in space. Egyptian museum, they keep the kings in crates. Thrones out on loan and they
just like barring up Elon on some slick, subtle shit though, man. Is he kind of? Like I feel like it's almost like a lot of what Elon Musk is about, right? What is it, SpaceX? Right?
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's because Lupe, was pretty straightforward. Well, not straightforward, but he was pretty
clear about mentioning Neuralink. Yeah.
Neuralink, and then he mentioned being in space and not being able to scream in space, because before that he said giant leaps, beware of where that landing ladder leads, because you can't walk up there. But don't take your mask off and try to talk up there, because ain't no screams in space. All this seems like he's very fearful of where the world is going. That's just what this song seems like he's talking about. He's fearful. Maybe people rapping Assassin's Creed, rapping on tracks is how we're taking it. At least we could be wrong. Violent lyricism leading to catastrophes. Neuralink is pirating all of your fantasies. Could be a good thing, but it could be a horrible thing. It could be the end of man thing, right? Giant leaps, beware of where that ladder leads. A giant leap for mankind, I think is what he's saying, right? And I believe Neil Armstrong, right? The first man to walk on the moon. That's a quote from him, right? So beware where that ladder leads, Because you can walk up there, but you can't take your mask and try to talk up there, you know? So are we even meant to be in space?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that something we should be even entertaining? And Elon Musk is emphatic about getting us to Mars. He believes that needs to be mankind's sole mission because he doesn't believe this, you know, this Earth's going to be around for much longer, right? Yeah. In the grand scheme of things. Eventually, this Earth will perish. So Mars needs to be a place we inhabit. So, but Lupe is like, maybe, it seems like Lupe is saying, maybe we need to focus on problems down here instead of focusing on space, man, because you can't even take your mask up or you'll die. You just, you know, so it just seems like that's where
it could be.
He seems to be going.
I want to get back to when he said Assassin's Creed, because he said that again in the second verse. He said Assassin's Creed, lasso to the hammer squeeze. He said Thor and Wonder Woman battle at the apple trees, right? So I think that's a Adam and Eve reference, because he said that after it, like, or Adam and Eve happened at an Applebee's. Here's another form of destruction. Maybe humanity is just Assassin's Creed.
We're our own enemies.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That's our creed, is to destroy shit. That's just what we do.
Yep.
You know, in some way, shape, or another, we're going to end up to our own demise. We're going to cause our own destruction. And then when he brings up Adam and Eve, maybe he said we were damned from the beginning. So maybe that's kind of what he's saying here with the Thor and Wonder Woman lasso. It's like we're always battling who's the best and who's this and who's that. We're always fighting instead of working together.
Because he said right after that, he said, y'all can go half on the sample platter. You can have it. You can have with cheese, right? That was after he said, or like Adam and Eve, you know, met up at an Applebee's or whatever he said.
Right.
I think that's just his way of saying, we can work together,
together.
man. We can go half on the sample, man. You don't have to give her scraps, or you don't have to give him scraps. Like, we can all we can both work together and coexist.
But fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Some women like, nah, you got to pay for my shit. I ain't going nowhere. We ain't going to no damn Applebee's. No, I'm just joking. We ain't going to no damn Applebee's.
Fuck it, then you won't eat.
Yeah. That's why you get fucked with all that cheese. That's why you fat all around the neck right here. Fuck with all that goddamn cheese. Anyway, man, give me
Shout out to Martin, man. For those of you who know, You So Crazy. Check that out. Let's finish it up.
This ain't no screams in space. Egyptian museum, they keep the kings in crates. Thrones out on loan and they keep their rings in safes. You decide apple pie or the fries come with the snake. Prosperous gospel got choirs all on the case. Poverty pimping, angel wings, flies all on the face. Wave a K until they die and then ride all on their wake. Shooting, track on the track, I ride all on the freights like I'm shoestring. They say you can't escape when rich. That's just a bigger plate. They catching bait with fish.
Let's talk about the beat, man. I actually like the beat.
It's okay, man.
I like the beat. Shout out to Soundtrack, and it looks like Lupe may have produced this. This is a very sort of it reminds me of Denzel and Mo Better Blues, man. It has a very sort of bluesy, jazzy.
You know about that? You know about
man,
that?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I just made the cut.
Yeah.
I just made the cut.
Yeah.
Just made the cut. You know, he it's got a bluesy, jazzy sort of Spike Lee, do the right thing sort of feel to it, man. It's a very jazzy sort of foundation. So
I love that you made that reference.
Yeah.
That's exactly that's great that you called that.
Yeah, it just gives me that feel. Like pretty much any Spike Lee movie. He typically incorporates a lot of jazz and blues in his soundscapes, you know. Egyptian museum, they keep the kings in crates. I just think that they're hiding the history. You know what I'm saying? They keep the kings in crates. There's great debate surrounding ancient civilizations, ancient Egyptian civilizations, and the history and what's in history books that they teach in school and what isn't.
Right.
And there's a history regarding black people that they feel, a lot of people feel, has been hidden.
And when you read thrones out on loans and they keep their rings in safes, the wrong people are in the positions of power. Maybe, you know, it's supposed to be
Wrong people on the throne.
correct. The real jewels are locked in. The real history is locked up in a safe.
You decide apple pie or the fries come with the snake. You just touched on earlier the Adam and Eve reference, right? Like the being in the garden and you bite the apple and that's the destruction, and you know it sets humanity on a path of destruction, right?
Right.
Wave K until they die and then ride all on their wake. You know what's happening with modern rap, man. You know, smoking on what is it? The terms now, man. They smoking on a certain pack, meaning they killed a dude. They're in a grave. I've seen videos where dudes are in there on the grave of their I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Pissing literally on a
That's
grave.
fucking crazy.
Shooting their family members, shooting up their wakes and shit like that. So I think that's what he's referencing. Even when he says prosperous gospel got choirs all on the case, I think he's just saying the choirs, the church is in on it. Poverty pimping. You know what I'm saying? Just preying on the poor and exploiting the poor. You know what I mean? Angel wings, flies all in her face. I think the imagery of an angel with flies all in her face, you would think an angel is an angel. It's just perfection, but it's tainted, right? It's a tainted sort of perception of an angel, right?
They say you can't escape when you're rich. It's just a bigger plate. They're catching bait with fish. When you're rich, when you're making a lot of money, you become addicted to it is the way I'm defining that. Because we're all motivated by the wrong shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just a bigger plate.
So salute to Lupe Fiasco,
man.
man. He is one of the great modern poets of the modern era. Seriously, he is unbelievable, man. So I salute it, man. So I'll probably have to run that back a little bit to see if it's something I can see myself playing consistently. But the beat was pretty cool. He was rapping.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get that one another run. That's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed that, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost in Vegas.
We out.